Hey, sorry, I'm doing cross promotion. That's actually finally posting to Facebook. I mean, I post to Twitter and Blue Sky, right? You know where that is. But I figure I don't nag group chats I'm in that often. Oh, good job, Luxie. That one I can't blame on me. We sat on 1 second for like 5 seconds again. But again, I was cross promoting. You know, the usual. Like, actually, that's the thing. It's not the usual, and that's part of the problem. I don't often post. Oh, good job, Loxy. Good. Man, happy Monday, everybody. Good to see you rebooting. Good to see you, Loxy. Been a slightly quiet Monday. Not an incredibly busy day at work. We were down one staff member, so I was doing a lot of extra stuff, but I think went horribly wrong, so maybe to call that good. Hang out, look after the dog. Wanted to check out stream? Well, everybody, I'm glad you did. Stray Gods is likely going to be pretty good, right? There are a couple of reasons that it's likely to be pretty good, not just because it's written by Lee Messler and David Gator of Bioware fame. Finally accepting, oh, I'm really queer. I'm going to put that into my games, so no longer working for Bioware. Gaider's book, like, I like his writing. And I liked his book even, so not even just his video game writing, but the Stolen Throne was surprisingly good for a tie-in video game. So, great cheers, man. He also moved to Melbourne, Australia, relatively recently. Sold his place in Canada, and like I should reward people who fall to the cult of move closer to have a good time with us. So. I've been, yeah, like I shouldn't be that much more quiet, maybe. Hold on. I turned up my gain a little bit. That should help. Background music is toned down a lot, but that shouldn't be really what I meant. My levels appear normal for me, so we're on your own with that one. Streamlabs itself says I'm relatively high, so I'm not. Yeah. I'm excited for this. I've been following it since they kind of started throwing around pitch ideas at each other on Twitter. And then as soon as... Oh my god, you got to see him at Gamer X? That's so good. I really wish I went. I didn't... Oh, hello, Fatigue Scholar. I didn't quite have the cash, time, that sort of thing to go to any of the Gamer X's, but I really wanted to because Tim Kaine was there as well as David Gator. Like, jeez. It would have been nice to just tell him, hey, thank you very much for being you in several industries that tried the hardest to not let you be you. Like, they did good work, and they continue to. I wouldn't be surprised if Gator, once Stray God slows down, he also starts a YouTube channel where an older gentleman of the role-playing game experience monologues at the camera for a bit and joins such illustrious figures as Tim Kaine and fucking goddammit. I watch his videos all the time. This is highly embarrassing. Okay, it's gone. Oh well. I did Jade Empire and he was also at Bioware. Oh, partner did, and she gave him the ponies, made sure the other Bioware people got them too. God, that's so beautiful. That's the reason to create art, let's face it. To really sink in and enjoy. Fan reaction to see, yes, they're getting the emotional response that I am looking for. Hold on. My mix is even higher now. That's the most I can do, Luxy, without blowing everyone else up. Yeah. Shipping to Canada is a bitch. Shipping to Canada from the US is a bitch. So, like, I don't blame him. Anyway, let's get going, huh? We've had 5 minutes of chatting. That's lovely, but I'm excited to get as much of this going as we can. I'm gonna hit game stream. I'm gonna change focus to the game, see if it comes up. Yeah, we got it. Good. Okay. I wanted to show something very, very important and very cool. When I click the credits tab, please. The first adjustment was fine. Great. I'll leave it as is. I want you to pay attention to the first thing that appears on the credits tab. Okay? Yes! I gotta go back. Look at that! Look at that! Thank you! Hell fucking yes, right? Ooh! Yeah, I'm very impressed. That's fantastic. I'll let these credits roll because I don't actually expect they'll be super long. There's a team behind this. It's not super long. Oh, Austin Wintry is music director. That'll be fantastic. Amazing work. Sensitivity readers. See? Fucking yes. Jay Justice. Wow, they're great. Follow them on Twitter. Obviously, the music has to be a key piece here, so that's why we've got a big credit section for the musicians, huh? Oh. I'm not super surprised there's long credits, but I'm really glad to see it. I think it's exciting to see new things in the video game sphere. I don't think this is the first considered, like, yeah, Anthony Rapp as VA. I don't think this is the first musical RPG. Certainly not the first musical game, but I expect it to push new and interesting grounds in a way that's highly enjoyable. I expect Stray Gods to be really queer, obviously, and hopefully. I think it's gonna like lean in hard to the Greek divinities being messy bitches, full of politics all the time. I hope I'll get some artistic angst, but I wouldn't be super surprised if that's not a major focus. It's going to be a great time. Got a character door. What? I didn't even know that was an option. Because once I decide I'm getting something, or I'm going to play it, I try to not pay attention to it if I can. If I know I'm going to watch a film, I don't watch trailers for it. I don't give a shit. Whatever. A lot of the time, I also don't... Like, it's not a spoiler, don't worry. Big backers. I'll be on here somewhere. No, don't worry. Spoilers, it's fine. If I'm not playing it alongside people at the same time or watching the film, like, in cinemas day one with as many, like, a bunch of friends, it's not it. Being caught up in the moment and the cultural movement is great, but the spoilers aren't really a thing for me. You know? Being in the cinema when Captain America caught... It's been a couple of years. When Captain America caught Thor's hammer, that was incredible. Knowing it would have happened beforehand probably wouldn't have lessened my enjoyment at that moment, because being in the crowd when we all went, oh my god, at the same time, that was incredible. Yeah. Oh, you went along to come from away with no idea. Yeah, I just... It's weird that I don't care about spoilers, but I do like it when I don't know anything about it beforehand. I think I just hate trailers. I think that's the real go here. Anyway, we're at Figbackers. Not a lot of... Oh, okay. Not a lot of point just like keeping an eye out for me, but I think we're close to the end, so... Okay. I just want to see if there's anything after the Figbackers. No, legal notice is good. Let's get going, huh? I've already messed with options, we're good to go. Let's play Stray Gods, huh? Mwah. From our team all across the world, enjoy the show. This game is made on stolen ground. We would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri and the Boon Wurrung peoples of the Kulin Nation and the Gajagal people of the Aora Nation. Sovereignty was never ceded. This game is also built on Treaty 6 territory and a traditional meeting ground and home for many indigenous peoples, including Cree, Saltio, Nisitapi, Blackfoot, Métis, or Métis, and Nakota Sioux. That's great. I like that. Also, it seems like these are... You'll be there? Cool rebooting. It's like... This was in credits, because that's important, but it's also the first thing you see. You can see the content warnings if you'd like, or if you want to have zero spoilers. I copied them, essentially, except alcohol use, because that's kind of implied with my channel. And I have it on my own channel, I'm pretty sure, to the content notice here on chatting. Because For once, a game actually had that information for me, handy. I didn't have to go Googling, it was just there. Anyway, let's get going. In-game. Act 1. I think I can use my controller. Mass it
4
is.
hours. 4 hours in a rented gym that still smells like socks and childhood trauma. And where did it get us? Other than bored? The band wasn't even looking for anything specific. We just wanted change. We wanted to see who was out there, if they'd show up. Well, they showed up all right.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
You know, I
Crit
had
Roll
a
was
dream where
forking
this
it.
exact thing happened. Except we were on stage. And naked.
We were auditioning.
Not all of us. Okay, it was just me. I was naked. I think this went better.
Okay, so a controller, gotta be mouse. I probably need to restart it with controller plugged in. Anyway,
I see what you're doing, Freddy. You're just trying to make me feel better.
I don't need to voice
How
it.
about making us feel better? We sat through this too.
I'm so sorry you all had such a rough time. Freddy has a bad idea. What else is new? Okay, let's just wrap this up. Kaz, do you need a ride?
Just to Brian's. I'm crashing on his couch until I get a new place.
What? You said it'd be 2 days.
You know you like having me around. Whatever.
Have you heard yourself snore?
Hey, Grace, you okay? I know you've been kind of loose ends since you left college. I was just hoping tonight would cheer you up.
Well, I like her. I'm gonna hit on her.
You're always looking out for me, Freddy.
Well, that's the deal, right? Best friends to the end.
Right. I just wish it wasn't always so one-sided.
Whoa.
Hey, don't worry about that, really, Grace. You'll get through this.
Music is your life, Freddy. You're the drummer, the lyricist. All of this was your idea. I wish I knew where I fit.
I think you fit. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You coming?
I'm gonna hang out a bit and lock up. I'll see you at home.
Yeah, everybody, you're right. Lucky us. We always wanted this. We always wanted to be a cute goth.
Boat lost at sea, with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. Is the world too much, or is it just me? Everything I set upon unravels at my feet. Everything I've learned wasted on a girl who doesn't know how
This is
to
nice.
be free. Like a boat lost at sea, with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting
She did?
cold waters.
Holy shit,
no
Fatigue.
star to be
That's so cool. Holy shit.
Oh,
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I heard you from outside.
Fucking run,
My
Calliope's up
name's
to no good.
Calliope. You have an amazing voice. I hope you know that.
thanks. I'm Grace. Are you here for the audition, or...?
Yes. Yes, I am.
You really want to join our band? You sure you got the right audition?
I'd give anything to join you, Grace.
Oh, you haven't given your name.
All right. Well...
With the fire furious, I have burned my tongue. Grief from all the promises, too many dreams unsung. All the steps I didn't take and paths proved untrue. Is there any path through? Like a boat lost at sea.
I hope it inspires
With no sail.
ton of responses.
You still have your life ahead.
Very
I
good.
am drifting cold waters, no star
It's about a week
to
old.
be seen.
Very
All
new.
things that lose their way can find it again. There is no inertia in the ocean.
Ooh. Oh, fuck yeah, right? What do you think? Okay. Grace with soul and charisma. She tries to do the right thing, and everyone likes her more for it. Charming. Kick-ass. In your face, this Grace is very punk rock and not afraid to get reckless and aggressive when it's called for. Clever. Sometimes you need to think your way out of a problem, right? This Grace is sneakier, smarter, and witty. Cast your votes, friends! 1 for charming, 2 for kick-ass, 3 for clever. You've got a minute or so. One vote for clever, very good. Now there is a delay, poor Luxie has to wait a bit of time. Ooh, a couple of votes for charming, I like that as well. Fatigue and Luxie on the way for that. Now, I believe we still get to make lots of choices. It just influences some of the automatic lyrics and songs, parts of songs that come through. It is still an RPG. Oh, with 3 votes for charming, I think we're going with charming. Let's go with that. 2.5, 3. There you go, Emma. The options are, this is Grace with soul and charisma. She tries to do the right thing and everyone likes her more for it. Kick ass, in your face. This Grace is very punk rock and not afraid to get reckless and aggressive when it's called for. And clever. Sometimes you need to think your way out of a problem. This Grace is sneakier, smarter, and witty. There's nothing wrong with puzzle plussing. It's very funny. And remember, we always have puzzle minus. Charming. Alright, that's nearly overwhelming. That means we're the list. I think you just have to get this yourself and play clever and tell us how it goes. Be charming, Grace. What are you seeing back at Calliope?
Maybe if I leaned upon my friends, raise the alarm, I'll call for them. Do I have the heart to trust they'll keep me safe from harm?
Wow. What was that?
Your song was just so wonderful. I had to finish it with you. I hope that's all right. I also know what it feels like to be lost. To feel as if you have no place to turn.
Oh,
That's why I had to come inside.
oh, subtle, thirsty. You see this? We're not clever. We can't choose. You aren't here to audition. Okay, back to my bullshit tabletop RPG advice. Someone fails a skill check, or you're not offering it to them because no one in the party is good enough. You can say, "This would have been an approach." It allows people to consider other things, think outside of the box, or perhaps replay the scenario with you again. This is very important for phenomenon-style plays. You know, they go talk to their friends at the convention, they're like, oh yeah, but I didn't choose this option, so we couldn't do it. Anyway. Have we met before?
It's really weird. I feel like... Have we met before?
I don't think so, but artists often find me familiar.
What does that mean?
It means I've traveled in many circles. May I ask you why you feel so adrift? You're so young. Surely your life is just beginning.
Oh, I'm gonna go with joke about it.
You sound like my guidance counselor.
Then I should apologize.
No, it's fine. There's just only so many times someone can ask what's wrong with you before you start to think there's really something wrong with you.
Oh, good, just...
But what does she know? If only she could see me now, right?
I think she'd see what I see.
This game is good. Good game. This is a very good game. Holy shit. Fucking hell. They killed it. They rocked it.
About the audition. I'm sure everyone will be in. If you want to be, that is.
I hope to see you again, Grace. Perhaps soon.
Holy shit. They killed it.
See you then.
How did they get chemistry like that? Over, like, animated through stills. That was incredible. Fucking, okay, great. 5 goddamn stars. I've got to clip that little section of me losing my shit and send it to the team that made this game, because they deserve to hear people lose their goddamn minds. Good game!
Did you lose your keys, Fred? I thought you'd be... What the... Calliope?
I didn't know where else. I'm so sorry, Grace.
What happened? Who did this?
You'll all...
It doesn't matter now. I didn't want to do this to you. Not like this. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean? Hey!
You didn't know where else to go.
Calliope!
There was also only one bed.
Please. Please, come on. What is that?
Eat it. Eat the pudding, eat the pudding, eat the pudding, eat the pudding, eat the pudding. What do you do with the body of the hot girl who made your chest glow?
Oh, I can wait. Take your time.
I love you.
Is that my door?
Technically, it's my door. Or our door, maybe? I came as soon as I could.
Did you do this to her? Did you hurt Calliope? If you did...
Hurt Cal? No. I wouldn't ever. Like, ever. She's the best.
You don't seem super upset though, man.
She really is dead, huh? Man. So, the course is gonna want to talk to you. Sucks, but, you know.
Oh man, okay.
The chorus? You mean the authorities? Are they coming?
I
I guess they're authorities? But they're not coming here. We have to go to them. Look, I can see you don't know squat about this, so I'm gonna explain real quick,
we
but
sure
then you
don't.
gotta come with me, okay? When Cal died, you saw a shiny thing come out of her, right? That was her soul. That's what made her a god.
A what?
It's in you now, which makes you a god. Surprise, right? With me so far? Cool. Let's go.
That feel when your hot new squeeze puts their soul inside you. Updated my journal. Sick. Love it. I'm moving in. Tina's gonna be pissed. She generally is, though.
Where are we?
Sorry to drop you and run, but when an idol dies, there's like 100 different things I gotta do.
No, wait. Where did you bring me? How did we get here?
The chorus can explain. Don't touch anything.
I'm gonna touch everything. Fuck you.
Wait, come back! Okay. Yeah, I'll just wait here and, not touch anything.
Touch it, Grace. You're gonna get fiddly real soon, and I know it. Gonna have the queer overlap with ADHD and other neurodivergence, so you're gonna need to touch something. What, are you gonna play with your prayer beads? You're a, like, Greek god now. You're not allowed to have prayer beads. Temptation. Character design. Make all queer people panic. Fuck, they're beautiful. Hi, everyone.
Our beloved sister, the last of the Muses, has passed on to you. Our new sister, delivered to us by dear sweet Hermes. It's, Grace, yes?
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, my. You have had quite the day, haven't you?
So Calliope is really dead. Even if she's a
god?
Yeah, a god.
Yes, we call it passing on, but yes, sadly it happens even to
Quite
us.
clearly passes on.
Allow
That's
me to
what happened.
introduce myself. I am Athena, goddess of wisdom.
Well done.
This is Apollo, god of prophecy, dressed for the occasion, as always. The wondrous Aphrodite, goddess of love. And the one glaring at you is Persephone, once queen of the underworld. Together, we are the chorus. We rule over the idols, our name for the gods who remain. All of us, hidden in your modern world.
Oh.
Right, and you live here, not in some city in Europe or a...
On top of a mountain? Oh, I know. Once we roamed marble halls, and now, fashionably appointed apartments. We have Wi-Fi.
Christ.
We move with the times,
I need to
Grace.
message my people.
We have to, if we're going to remain hidden and survive. The mortals grow more and more clever with each passing century. Television! I do what I must.
You expect me to believe that idols, have been living among us for what, thousands of years? You're thousands of years old.
Oh, no.
Don't be mean.
No, I'm not trying to make you believe anything. Not at all. If you'd like to believe this office is right outside your front door, or that we are, I don't know, actors, religious fanatics, by all means. The only thing I do need you to grasp is that you are here. This is real, and like it or not,
I would be highly
it
convinced
is happening.
by someone getting a bird to wear that ridiculous outfit, right?
But gods
That would make
aren't
me go,
real.
yeah, alright.
They can't be, they're just...
Stories, myths, legends.
If you're real, you'd be all-powerful. You wouldn't be hiding or...
don't pay much attention to those old tales about us, Grace. They weren't very true to begin with, and, well, truth be told, we've diminished since those days.
Oh.
That doesn't mean we're helpless, of course. Far from it. Yet, at the end of the day, we too are just people, trying to get by.
Wait, you said, and Hermes said, that I'm a god now too. And an idol.
That is true.
That
Well, Jesus is not going to be
thing
pleased
that
by
came
that.
out of her that went into me.
I guess it's not a false idol.
We
so.
call it an eidolon, the part of Calliope's soul which made her an idol, which now makes you one.
Athena, we are wasting time.
Hello!
The reason you're here, Grace, the reason why we made you wait so long while we debated, is because we have rules. Those rules mean we can't admit into our ranks a usurper. Never mind a possible murderer.
Yeah.
I know this will
Probably
all
shouldn't have
come as a
killed
shock,
Calliope.
and I'm so sorry to say it, but I'm afraid you have to die.
You want me to die? But that isn't fair.
I know, but consider it from our point of view. A dear sister, someone who traveled with us through the ages, gone.
But I didn't do it. Aren't you supposed to be the goddess of wisdom? Can't you see this isn't right?
Calliope's blood is literally on your hands.
But it isn't. Oh, she looks.
This
so
is sexy blood. Don't look at me. Oh.
Maybe
We should do as we agreed. Calliope's line would end, yes, but what other option do we have? Let a usurper remain an idol?
Justice has to be done, for Calliope's sake.
But this isn't justice.
Ooh, song time, baby.
You cannot hide from this reality.
I'm not hiding, though a little lost here.
If you are lost, little girl, this bears explanation. Dear child, please listen. You have usurped a muse. No recourse to be arranged.
But it's unfair.
I know, but our laws cannot be changed.
But she came to me.
You must realize there are simple rules. If one of us dies, these rules have been the tools that
You must know. I didn't do it. Is it weird this isn't song?
Now that the muse is gone, I'm afraid you'll have to see. The chorus is in accord. Justice won't be ignored.
I disagree.
Yes! Oh. That's so cool.
Hear that correctly?
You've been quiet this entire time, Apollo. Why speak up now?
I grieve Calliope's loss just as much as the rest of you, but I can't let you do this.
He's right. What if Grace speaks the truth? What if Calliope chose her?
And what if Calliope was murdered by her? What if Grace stole her eidolon?
Then we need to find out. Don't you want justice?
You got a good voice, buddy.
Oh, Apollo, I thought we'd agreed this was justice. What would you have us do?
Yeah.
There has to be some way to find the truth. Aren't you gods? Couldn't a god, I don't know...
We aren't seriously considering this.
Do it.
Very well. This one time. I put a motion before the chorus. do we allow Grace the right to prove her innocence?
Yes.
Please.
I think so. Yes.
Fine.
And there we have it.
Chorus is in accord.
Have what? What just happened? Am I free? Do I get my day in court?
Yes, you shall. You say Calliope chose you. I would like to believe that. I truly would. You have 1 week to find out what happened, Grace.
What happens after a week?
There will be a trial. If you cannot provide proof of your innocence by then, oh, our original verdict stands.
Shouldn't that be the other way around? Okay.
Can someone explain to me just how I'm supposed to find the truth? I'm not a detective. I don't know anything about the idols.
Well, that's for you to figure out.
I knew you were going to say that. How did I know you were going to say that?
We're not going to keep you, Grace. You have much to do. Before you go, however, a few rules. Do not reveal our existence to the mortal world. This includes mortal authorities. They cannot help you.
Good, that would be boring.
Do not harm another idol. Do not leave the city. Do as the chorus commands. Otherwise, do whatever you must to find the true killer. If they exist.
Oh, that's all?
Welcome, dear sister.
And do help yourself to a cookie.
Yes, permission. Fuck yeah. Better be able to choose whether I can take a cookie. Day 1. Time to head home. Alright. Fuck yeah. This is cool shit. Also want a cookie.
Grace?
Body's gone.
Grace? Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi. You're kidding, right?
How long have we
When I
been
came
missing?
home, the door was wide open. You weren't answering your phone. Kaz and Brian are still out looking for... Grace... We thought something happened to you. Wait, did something happen to you?
Screw their rules.
Yes, but you are seriously not gonna believe it.
Ah, one of those nights, huh? Well, it better be good.
I became a god, Freddy. For real.
You were gone all night.
Real or real?
Why didn't you answer your phone? Okay, so what exactly are you the god of? Late night lattes? Skipping bad practice?
Smart-ass friends who never stop talking.
Hi,
That sounds
Pam.
perfect. Can I be your high priestess? Oh, we should get some candles for the altar.
Hi there.
Who is this, Grace? Why does he have horns?
Honestly, your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, come on.
To answer your question, my dear, you see the horns because I allow you to see the horns. It's crazy, right? As for who I am, I've been known most often as Pan. So you call me that, if you must call me anything.
Call me anything.
Pan, of the Greek gods, Pan, right? What are you, some kind of cosplayer?
Not getting it, are you, Freddy?
The days of idols being called gods are well behind us, I'm afraid, but
I think he was looking
I
up to
assure
the
you,
tap.
I am the real article. I've come to offer our newest idol a helping hand. Or perhaps two.
Thank you, Pan.
You do look lost, don't you?
Talk in front of Freddy?
So we can just talk about this. In front of Freddy.
Here I thought you'd already informed her of your situation.
Yeah,
on.
but I don't think she believed me.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't. Should I?
The prohibition is against revealing the idols to the mortal world. She's not the mortal world, is she? She can be trusted, can't she?
Why do I have the feeling that I'm gonna regret not leaving with Brian and Kaz?
Oh, I can
trust it?
guarantee it.
Maybe you should.
Okay, Freddy.
Maybe you
Have a
shouldn't.
seat. Let's talk. Huh. That's it?
Huh? I guess. Do you believe in this, Grace?
Sure.
Yeah,
but
why not?
I had proof. I traveled through a magical door.
Which sounds extra cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I was a little distracted.
Well, I have a million questions, but I can ask them later. The important thing is that I am here to support my best friend.
What did I ever do to deserve a friend like you?
You sat next to me at lunch period, dummy.
Oh, yeah, right.
My friendship comes with all sorts of benefits, up to and including the tracking down of supernatural killers.
Fuck yeah.
Such darling camaraderie. It brings a tear to my eye. It truly does.
Speaking of killers.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You wound me, dear lady. I've come to offer advice to our newest idol, a foundling who was set adrift most cruelly.
I love him. This is so good.
So you're here purely for my sake, then? Like a charity case?
Yeah,
My
absolutely.
dear sweet girl, as far as you're concerned, I am the god of charity cases.
But you're not, are you? Pan was the god of lust and mischief. Doesn't sound too charitable to me.
Ah, yes. The
Hey,
old
buddy.
tales of the gods. Such antics, such fantasy. Pay them no mind.
I still don't trust you. Nobody does anything for free.
Now. Who said I was doing anything for free?
Here we go.
I have
buddy.
not, however,
Yeah, buddy.
asked for anything. As of yet.
Yes.
Seems rather convenient, you showing up with advice. How did you even know I existed?
A little bird told me, if you must know. Very useful, those little birds.
He's not gonna tell you, Grace.
There's not much
Probably
to
should,
tell.
though.
Among the idols, news travels swiftly. We are a tiny village of godly busybodies. I heard of your arrival, and I know how obtuse the chorus can be. So here I am.
Sure.
You're welcome.
You know, you could be the killer, for all I know.
Come to mislead you, perhaps. How fiendishly clever of me. Well called, darling.
And maybe even true.
Poor Pan! To be eternally maligned and mistrusted. Alas, and alas, and alas. I doubt there's a line of idols waiting to offer you advice, Grace. But whether you accept mine or not is for you to decide.
Let's do it then.
I'll bite. What's your advice? I have to admit, I don't really know where to start.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not normally one to run amok telling others how to live their lives.
Really are, though, Pat.
But have you considered using your powers?
My powers.
Music, art, passion. You are the last muse, and all these are now your province.
That makes sense. There's only one Muse left, huh?
When I was talking to Athena and the others, they all started singing. Does that mean that was me?
That was you,
Let me
babe.
guess. Music swelled as if from nowhere. Lips quivered, souls were laid bare.
Yeah, I guess.
And yeah, that was you.
Okay, but how does that help me find Calliope's
Goddess of
murderer?
musical theater.
Allow me to expedite the process of understanding. Now then, close your eyes. You hear that? It's coming from you. When you sing, what emotion does it summon?
I don't know.
You open your eyes, you look into the crowd, and you feel
Powerful.
Grace, you know that you're lost now. You've been given powers you don't understand. I'm the guy who can help you. All that you
Fuck.
is at your command.
What do you think?
No,
Villain
it's okay,
song?
Freddy. This is all me? What do I do?
start singing.
Now?
Why not? Time's a wasting.
Freddy, he's got me shaking. I don't know what I'm meant to do. Something in me's awakened. But this goat guy thinks I'm some great ingenue. I'm doing it now, huh?
I don't follow. Are those really actual horns? And this singing is so hard to swallow. Can you hear me, Grace? What's going on?
Lost girls, you all love your lost girls. A rescue that you can take home.
I won't say you need saving. You're not drowning, you're waving. And you two, are you dating? It's so titillating.
Grace, we gotta be careful. Has he slipped something into our drinks? Spouting crap about powers. He could be dangerous. What do you think? Can we all loosen up now? Remember, this madness is happening to me. This music makes sense to me somehow. But pulling me round is not what I need.
You're lucky I got to you. There's people out there who will come for you. I've heard that you're making so much ado. You're lost and I'm trying to help.
Lost girls, you all love your lost girls. A rescue that you can take home.
Oh.
Mean, smart, or nice guys. If you don't mind, guys, we'll find our way on our own.
Fine, so what happens now?
I can do whatever I want.
Well, you can't stop time, so...
Grace, I'm frightened.
It's okay. I think I got this.
Fuck yes.
I never knew I had that in me.
Who's making this happen? This isn't a game.
You don't understand.
This has all gotten out of hand.
Nothing for Grace will ever be the same.
Go for it.
Lost girls, you all love your lost girls. A rescue that you can take home. Oh, you can see we're at home.
I see what
I see, kid. Freddy has no idea, kid.
you'd be far better off on your own.
I don't know about that.
Really? Now you're just being silly. Maybe the Muse isn't feeling the gravity. Or do you refuse and, like ostriches, happily stick your heads in the sand? Grace, I could be your right hand. Freddy, you better leave her alone. Let me do
We're not falling for it, Pan.
like a stone.
Lost girl, I know I'm not a lost girl, but this is all new and I don't know what to do. Should I stay with my bestie? This goat's getting testy. Won't be lost on my own. I'll always be home.
Sorry to break it to you, Pan, but I'm not abandoning my best friend.
That's your choice. Humdrum mortality.
How about trusting in those who love her instead of those who want to use her?
Oh my, such drama. No matter how you employ it, Grace, this is the power of a muse, drawing out that which lies within. I trust you can see how that might be useful in your
It all fits.
investigation.
Yes, it
I'll
is.
make them sing a song of confession.
Exactly so.
But only if they did it, right? I draw out the truth, not make them lie or do something they wouldn't.
Oh, you will be a natural at this, I can tell. A muse does not command, she evokes. She elicits.
Good stuff. Holy shit, right?
Look, Creepo, Grace already told you to take a hike.
So she did. Allow me to get to the point then. For all your powers, you still need a place to begin your search. And this I can provide. An address. In the city where Calliope was staying, I do believe.
Her address? Thank you, that's perfect. Thank you.
Now this I consider a favor. One I hope you'll remember in future dealings.
That's perfect. We can look for clues there. What this Calliope was doing, who her enemies were.
I should remind you there is an element of danger. A killer is on the loose, no?
Then I'll definitely need backup.
You'll be fine. After all, what's a mortal to do that you cannot?
I can speak Hindi. Okay, fine. I get it. I need to find Kaz and Brian. Just tell them you're okay. If, not the other stuff.
Then I guess I'll go check this place out on my own.
So glad that's settled.
Aw.
I'll let you get to it. I've drinking to resume. Ta-ta.
That's so good. That's so good. Everything works perfectly. Of course, main characters are Muse. Of course, they bring out and evoke emotion. Oh, just so good. Just check the journal so we can just... cool. Love a good character. Love a good character folio, you know? Nice. We will go through this in more detail soon. Alright, I'll go back. Freddy. I only call her Farishta when I'm visiting her house. Her mum always makes these deep fried honey snacks I love. Has been my best friend since probably forever. We used to make up rhymes when we skipped rope. It's been that long. We've come a long ways from those days. Edge of Elysium is her band, and inviting me in was her idea. I was keen on joining since I haven't seen Freddie much since I left school, but it's been kind of rough going. I can sing, sure, and when we get a gig, it feels good being up there on stage, but is this really my thing? I don't know. Freddie was at the apartment when Pan arrived, so I had to tell her everything. Part of me feels bad for getting her involved, but I have to admit, none of this felt quite real until I did. Anyone can figure this out? She can. Greek mythology has been her thing since 7th grade, and I'm glad she was there to back me up during the song with Pan. When we put our heads together, we can handle anything. Calliope. I know Calliope is one of the Muses. Is that the same as being a god? But that's really about it. I don't know where she lived, what she got up to, or who her enemies were. I have so many questions. For one, what was she doing when she found me at the gymnasium? Was she just passing by, or did she plan that? How did she know where I lived? I keep thinking about what Calliope said to me before she died. She seemed so sad. Did she know this was going to happen? First of all, why did she pick me? It appears Calliope was staying in an apartment, one that belongs to Persephone of all people, and it's actually not too far from mine. Could that be where Calliope was attacked? Am I crazy for agreeing to go check it out myself? I don't know why we know that yet. Hermes is the idol who came to collect me at my apartment when Calliope died. I didn't know their name at the time, of course. Athena only mentioned who they were afterwards. I guess they're the god of doorways, maybe? I wonder if they can go anywhere with that power. Into bank vaults on top of a mountain across the world. Pretty wild to think about. Could Hermes have been involved in Calliope's death? They seemed surprised, if not really broken up about it. Not that Hermes strikes me as someone who does much deep thinking. They seem more like a kid. Although I guess looks can be deceiving. Why did they have to come when Calliope died? And they did it right away, too. Kind of suspicious, if you ask me. Aphrodite is the goddess of love, and I can believe it. She has that sparkle when you look at her, like she's one of those old-timey movie stars, all glamour and presence. I bet if she walks into a room, everyone stops what they're doing to stare at her. As she's part of the chorus, I have no idea. She seemed kind of quiet and sad, like she's busy writing a teary ballad in her head, not really listening to what's going on around her. Aphrodite is behind Calliope's death, and she hides it super well. Maybe just naturally learned to be a great actress after 1,000 years or so. How would I know? Hey? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm really glad. Apollo. I don't know much about this Apollo. He's the only guy on the chorus, but he didn't say much of anything until he kind of defended me. I guess. At least he disagreed with the "you need to die" verdict. I guess I owe him one. If I actually owed anyone for giving me an extra week before they kill me, I'm not so sure about that. Dina introduced Apollo as the god of prophecy, but I'm not sure exactly what that means. Didn't prophets wear long robes and speak in big booming voices? This one looks less like a god, more like a surfer who crashed on the beach after a party and still hasn't found all of his clothes. Could he have killed Calliope? I can't take anything for granted when it comes to these people. Athena's powers... Athena is supposed to be the goddess of wisdom, but how does that work? Is that a power of hers? Does she just know things? She's supposed to be really powerful, but how exactly? Mostly she just seemed like my mom. Or anyone's mom. Maybe that's what she is to the idols. The mom who looks after them and keeps them going. She was all smiles and was even super sweet. When she told me I had to die, like it would be no big deal. That makes her a scary mom. I'm really glad you noticed, Luxie. I've done that every time he's on screen. Oh, Gal Gadot's... Oh, Jesus, Willow. Fuck. I've seen it once. That makes her a scary mom, like kind of mom that demands to speak to the manager when things don't go away, because things always go away. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's the cool mom. Maybe she'll keep smiling when she smothers me with a pillow because she's thousands of years old, and that makes me an annoyance because that means her murder didn't quite take. But then, why give me the chance to prove myself? If she really wanted me dead, couldn't she have just said, "Nope, no vote, let's nip this in the bud"? Athena really seems like the type to do that, right? Idols are so confusing. What did Athena say about Persephone? She's the queen of the underworld? I had to look it up, but that's basically the idol version of hell. Does that mean it's a real place? Like you die and you go to the underworld? Or maybe that only happens to idols? Mind you, Athena didn't exactly say that Persephone was the queen of the underworld, did she? She said once the queen of the underworld, so she isn't any longer. And she's also the only idol that Athena didn't say was the god of something or another. I'm willing to bet there's a whole story about that. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure that this Persephone hates me, and not just because she thinks I'm a murderer, because don't they all think that? It just feels personal. The sharp eyes of hers wanted to gut me and hang me on a clothesline, so I better watch my back. Then, I'm back the morning after going through the ringer, having just discovered I'm some kind of ancient muse, and guess who shows up at my apartment uninvited, poking around the kitchen like he's considering an investment. The idol's name is Pan, and I don't know what his deal is. He's a bit too smooth, seems to know a bit too much about that he isn't saying, and just happened to know where to point me, which he offered me for a price, of course. This one's shady, folks. I guess I can see what kind of favor he's going to want. Use his hideaway. Go. Now we need to watch Wonder Woman again to get the accent right. Thanks for the homework.
Oh, it's open. That's not a good sign. This is Calliope's apartment? I don't know what I was expecting, but...
Wonder Woman.
Hello?
Thanks for the homework.
Sure, Grace, good
Wonder
job.
work? Maybe.
Just announce to the killer that you're here.
I think it was personal.
I better have a look around.
Oh man, we can get a list. Okay, that's fantastic. We're definitely starting with the Warhol painting.
Andy Warhol, yeah, that makes sense. I wonder how many celebrities she knew.
Most of them, I imagine. Okay, cool. Removes it from the list. I like that.
Did she paint that? Looks like it belongs in a museum.
Pretty good.
After Calliope left the audition, where did she go? Did she follow me? Did she come here?
The whole way? Did she come home first? Didn't get any information about the sweet light. I am not going to look at the instrument just yet. Right, that's a piano. I was hoping it'd be like an instrument that we have no idea what it is. It's a new, like...
Giant harp. Of course there's a giant
Grace
harp.
is just confused by a shawm. Well, we can go upstairs now.
Damn, look at that. That's beautiful. How do you even get one of these?
You seduce a guitarist? Or you buy it?
Right. These aren't... Do I inherit these as the new muse? Is that even okay to ask?
That's funny. That's very good. I hope you do.
I want to believe this is just an ironic photo of Elvis and she wasn't like his muse or...
It's a harpsichord. I was wrong.
So many instruments in here. Did she play all of them?
Alright, time to go upstairs.
I don't see anything useful down here. Maybe there's something upstairs?
Yeah, because she was the last muse. That does technically mean she's everyone's now.
Oh man. Keep it together, Grace. It's just your average, everyday...
There were only 3 muses, you know, not 9. Whenever they found someone who made something truly masterful or created a new art form, they'd pass on their idol or take a new name. You see, that's how the mortals became confused. They got it wrong. Like they got almost everything about us wrong.
Start off with a...
You scared me. Sitting there in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh.
Supposed to be a god of light,
For
you
all I
jerk.
know, you could be the killer come to hide the evidence or raid the fridge.
No, I'm just here to mourn an old and very dear friend. If I may ask, how did you find this place? And what are you doing here?
I need your help.
I'm looking for help. To save my life, remember?
Yes, I should apologize for that. Our ways must seem strange to you.
You don't need to apologize. You're the only one who really helped me.
It wasn't right, what they were doing.
It still isn't. I still need help.
Falling
can't
for the
help you,
sad
Grace.
boy.
I wish I could. You deserve better.
Love him. He's so sad.
Why can't you help me
I'm
exactly?
cleaning my mouse, which is why there's
Pan
a
said
short
there's
delay.
no specific rule against it.
You've already met Pan? How odd. It's not that I'm forbidden to help you, Grace. It's that you don't want my help.
Of course I do!
What?
You have to know more than me about almost everything!
My help will only make things worse.
How is that possible? I've been sentenced to death.
That kind
And
of
without
prophecy.
my help, you stand a chance of avoiding that fate.
Can you tell me about Calliope?
Oh.
I barely knew her, but she seemed...
She was a beautiful...
Probably real sad about
If troubled.
Sandra.
troubled?
She thought the idols had lost their way. She argued with us, with all of us, that we needed to change. We hadn't spoken in years. I hadn't seen her home before today. I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh.
This room is a mess. Did you do this?
With this? It was like this when I got here.
Yeah,
And you didn't think that was in the least bit strange?
I didn't think much of it. I came here to be reminded of Calliope, not to search through her things. That and it's cleaner than my place.
You fucking fail, boy. I love you. Oh my god.
So you didn't mess up the room, but someone must have.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice it was
There
a
could be a
fucking mess
clue.
because it's actually tidier than my
What I've
place.
seen. All this mess, as you put it, is likely the result of her projects.
Her projects?
Yeah, you could be
When
tidy and
Calliope
work
got
on
an
things
idea
at
in
the
her
same
head,
time.
She would obsess over it, sometimes for months, even
Okay.
years. I don't know what she was involved with lately, but this... for her, this is nothing.
So let me get this straight. You'll speak up for me, but you won't lift a finger to help.
You don't want me to do more.
Oh.
You keep saying that, but it doesn't make any sense. If you didn't want to help, that'd be one thing. But insisting I don't want you to? Why not?
Beat it out of him with song. Loxy
can't do this.
Pretty gay, right? Do you think?
I can see this is hard for you, I really can. But I don't understand.
Wouldn't do that, right?
I know what you're asking.
Do I have to beg? For whatever reason you helped me before. My life is still on the line.
Do it. Do it. Get him.
I haven't sung in centuries.
Get him.
In Japan, I can't force anyone to do anything.
Oh, yes! Let me hear your voice, boy.
Phantom pains from a missing friend, feeding thoughts that never end.
I have this soundtrack already.
What didn't I do? Here she is, only in your head. Long gone fights, but they're never dead. What did I do? What didn't I do?
Calliope, what was she to you?
Oh no, I haven't heard it before. I just have this soundtrack because I've pre-ordered.
We walked side by side. She tried, said there's other paths. Don't walk the same.
It's about me being excited that I have this. Exactly, Luxon. Smooth, paved in stone.
She got tired of our divide. We weren't the same, never the same.
You held fast. What's that about?
Stubborn me thought I'd wait her out. Usually she'd come back to me. You see, she'd return. We'd do that old dance, knowing both there was not a chance that I would change. But she never came.
Just can't be mean to the sad boy.
Years, thousands of years, and now you're left behind. Your mind still hears her say, break from the same, never the same. Listen to her, break from the same, never the same.
But I've tried.
Never with me. We haven't tried.
Let's see.
I knew, I always knew. I can tell she's in there too.
Yes. That's so good.
It's true. I'm listening now.
And what she's saying,
break from the same,
never the same.
That other voice, it'll always play on loop. It'll always they say, what did I do? What didn't I do? It's a song you can't erase, but you can make a
Oh yeah, good idea.
space.
Excellent idea.
Do something new. Very well, I'll help. Though I'm uncertain what you expect me to do.
All right.
Athena called you the god of prophecy, didn't she? Isn't that telling the future?
Prophecy is the last thing you need, Grace.
It'd be helpful if you could explain why, exactly. This is all new to me, remember?
Yes, of course, that's true. It's so easy to forget that. To receive a prophecy is not simply to be told what might happen, it's to be told what will happen. To know a prophecy is to be bound to its outcome. Only in ignorance is one free to choose.
That's pretty interesting.
What? That makes no sense. If you tell me I'm gonna fall into a hole.
Then you will.
No, but I'll just avoid holes. All holes, any hole.
No, don't do
The
that,
act
babe.
of trying to avoid them
Trust me.
is what will make you fall. Worse, prophecies are never crystal clear. Sometimes you won't understand the full meaning until it's too late.
Okay, is there anything you can do that isn't prophecy related?
Not directly, but yes, possibly. Come with me. There's someone I'd like you to meet.
Nice. All right. I feel like we're still pretty early in, right? And that's good. But I'm curious about how reactive is the game. As an RPG, how's it responding to our choices, which is a key part. Right?
This is where you live?
Oh, yes. Sometimes. And excuse the
Oh,
mess.
fail, boy.
I don't get many visitors.
Are idols broke? In all those years, you couldn't save up enough money to afford a housekeeper?
You know, I guess I never worried about it much.
Jesus, dude.
Maybe I should.
You said I'm here to meet someone?
Ah, yes. Do you know what an oracle is?
Let me guess. Another idol?
Not quite. They serve as a channel of sorts for my powers. This allows them to offer insight, knowledge they have no earthly means to possess. There's always been one. Over the ages, no matter where I go, one manages to find me.
This better be a trans
Meaning there's an
priestess
oracle
who's
here.
really high on a lot of drugs.
There is.
Yeah, fatigue, absolutely, right?
What?
I have brought someone to see you.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not a magic fortune cookie. Is that what Paul told you? Oracle's my handle. And even if I was the Oracle, I'm certainly not his Oracle.
Chop it up.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Oracle.
Well, she's got better manners than the last lady you brought here. But at least that one had a casserole. Do you have a casserole?
I wish.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Would you like mac and cheese?
Look, I'm sure he told you
A
all sorts
lasagna?
of nonsense. I
Oh,
use
Jesus, I could
computers.
go for a lasagna.
I'm a hacker. That's it.
Love lasagna.
I ask very little of you, Oracle. Your help
I don't
here
have any-
would be appreciated.
Lamb mince.
Fine. Get your abs in a twist.
Or pork mince. Beef. I can make a beef
Okay,
lasagna.
so Paul brought you all this way just to see little old me.
Alright, clearly
What's on your
distracted.
mind, sis?
Keep calling him Paul?
You keep saying Paul. Do you mean Apollo?
Yeah, I know. Apollo, if that is his real name.
It's not.
Says he's a god of prophecy, blah, 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 blah.
But you don't believe him.
I know.
Believe him?
And I like it.
Who'd believe that? It's super weird, but he's a decent guy. So He can be Apollo if he wants, but I just can't call him that.
So you're an oracle who uses the
I want to ask the
internet,
obvious
huh?
question. Where are
Like
your
I
parents?
said,
But still.
it's my handle, and yeah. It's a sweet setup, huh? Some of it's even legit.
Enough of it.
The parts I purchased for her, presumably.
Bargain for, fair and square. And I keep telling you to get me an Ethernet cable.
I don't know what that is.
It's the 21st century, Paul. And your 21st century Oracle needs her some download speed, okay?
Yeah, some techs wrote that one.
Do you live here?
I crash here, yeah.
Decent point,
Better
Willow.
here than home.
She showed up one day.
Maybe she doesn't have
as
any
the
money.
oracles
That's
do.
why she can't even order a
Naturally,
cable.
she is welcome to stay as long as she likes.
See the way he talks? I thought maybe he was a creep averse, but nah. Paul's aight.
The highest of praise.
He'd be more alright if he did some laundry.
Tell me, is Apollo always so...
Incredibly emo? Like a sack stuffed with sad?
The way we like it, baby.
I am standing right here.
Give me a sad sack.
Don't get me wrong.
Oh.
It grows on you after a while.
Grace, surely
Lump.
this is not what you came for.
Dude, this is fun.
Oh, I don't know. It's cute watching you get all flustered.
It's hardly productive, is it?
See, there
Funny.
you go again.
Oh.
Ugh. Get a room. A different room.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't flirt in front of this child.
I'm looking for information about someone named Calliope. Can you help?
Oh, the lady from that apartment I sent Paul to. Yeah, I've been checking that out.
What did I tell you?
I looked it up. You could do the same if you learned to use a computer. Here, hold up, I'll show you.
This is so good, right?
There. The apartment was originally purchased 2 years ago by a holding company, Core with a K Enterprises.
Oh. Oh, I see. That would be Persephone.
Knew it.
I knew it. All that
mean,
rage
like-
back at the course had to be an act.
We
She's involved in this somehow.
only knew because it was
I
in the
realized
journal for
Persephone
some
was
reason.
angry,
But hey,
I didn't know she and Calliope were friends. How strange. The good news is that Persephone is easy to find. I can take you to her if you like.
Whatever happened to, I can't help you, Grace. I'll just make it worse, Grace.
I admit, you've got me curious.
fuck him up.
Great! We're all done now.
Thank you for your help, Oracle. Please, do try to get out from behind your screens at least once today. Perhaps go for a walk.
Fuck off, Dad.
Yeah, sure, will do. Leave a tip on your way out.
Very good, Loxy. I like that the Oracle is, you know. Alright, we have an update. I visited Calliope's apartment. It was gorgeous, filled with every musical instrument you could imagine, and memorabilia dating back, I don't know, 100 years. She had everything she could ever possibly want or need at her fingertips. Is this what it means to be the Muse? I went to Calliope's apartment and... Who should I find there? Apollo, sitting there in the dark in a room that had obviously been turned inside out by somebody searching for something. Oh, shit. I'll go back then. He says he didn't do it, and then he was there mourning Calliope. They were close for a long time. But a rift began between them a couple of years ago that never quite healed. Was it the kind of rift that might lead to her murder? For one, he keeps saying that helping me will do more harm than good. What does that even mean? According to him, his prophecies lock you into your fate as soon as you hear them, which could be good or bad, I guess. Apparently they're not always 100% clear, so maybe he's right. Better not to know. Thankfully, Apollo did have another way to help me, namely through a teenage computer whiz who lives in his dump of a home. The Oracle, or just Oracle as she insists handle, she found out that Calliope's apartment was owned by Persephone, so we're off to her nightclub to ask why. Yeah. According to the Oracle, Persephone owns the apartment Calliope was living in, so they knew each other, they were close. I guess she's next on my list of idols to talk to, though I have a feeling she's not going to be very happy to see me. It appears Calliope was staying in an apartment, one that belongs to Persephone of all people. No. Calliope was one of the 3 idols called the Muses, the last one still living according to Apollo. Once they were his constant companions, but in the last few years they grew apart. Calliope was angry at how the idols had lost their way, and apparently argued with everyone a lot. Which doesn't sound like the Calliope I met at all. If it's true, it means she wasn't the most popular idol, and there may be more suspects than I imagined. You, excellent work, Luxie. Underworld. 10 minutes before break, let's go! Dick. Neat tat. I'm gonna put it on my forehead. Good night, fatigue.
Welcome to the underworld.
Sleep tight.
Wow. How have I never heard of this place?
Persephone keeps it a secret, while still managing to draw a crowd every night. Don't ask me how. Here in the underworld, idols can be themselves, even if they don't look human.
Everyone needs a club.
Do you come here often?
Oh, no. Persephone and I aren't friends.
Look her up, bro.
Is she friends with anyone?
Not many, no. Except Calliope, apparently. If we're to find Persephone in all this, we'll need to split up. Have you considered what you'll say to her?
I'll be persuasive.
I'll figure something out. I can be persuasive when I want to be.
Love that you can offer to fight her. That's ridiculous.
I'm just not sure even you could sweet talk Persephone.
Is that a challenge?
It's the truth. If Persephone really was friends with Calliope, talking to you might be the last thing she wants. You need to be prepared to use your powers, as you did with me.
Yes.
Come find me in the crown if you need anything.
What I have.
Otherwise, be careful, Grace.
Oh, cool. All right. Eros, absolutely. I got it tight. Let's go. Hello, sexual love.
Oh, hey. You're the new Muse, aren't you?
I guess I am, yeah.
Aphrodite mentioned it. Didn't figure I'd see you here, though. Oh, excuse the manners. Name's Eros, god of sex.
I'm glad I got that right. Is it god of sex?
Hey, did you say that you're the god of sex?
Desire, really. Sensuality. Attraction. Why? Were you expecting a chubby little flying baby with a bow and arrow?
I wasn't...
I actually preferred Cupid, but Pan had to be the trickster. Spread all those stupid stories.
I'm sorry?
Why? It's not your fault. Just another grudge I get to carry around forever.
You know Aphrodite, right? I only met her the once.
Sure, she's my mother. You know how it is.
How would I know?
Literal or figurative,
here,
buddy?
Remember?
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't thinking. But you hear a lot of idols talk about each other like that. You know, mother, brother, sister, grandfather. None of us are actually related. We just played a family for so many centuries. It may as well
There you
be
go.
true.
All right.
So Aphrodite is your mother, but not really.
You're getting it.
That's
I
right.
clearly didn't choose clever.
A long time ago, she took care of me when I needed taking care of. The mortals, they just assumed. These days, well, it's not like that anymore. We're not as invulnerable as we used to be.
Huh.
Least of all, Aphrodite.
Oh, this is tingling my...
The god of sex
Wanna
at
know.
a club.
Want to know more. This is
Looking
fantastic.
for someone?
Once I might have, sure. Now I'm just here to see it happen.
See what happened?
Look out there. See all these people. The hope, the anticipation, the connections, the bounce off each other. To me, it's like lightning.
There are worse ways to spend a night out.
I used to make it happen, you know. Mortals once begged me to make it happen, to inspire true love. But now I only inspire sex. Not the same thing. It's just as well. People should find true love the hard way. They'll value it more.
Oh my god.
You seem a little distracted. Is everything okay?
I'll hug you. My god, my divinity.
Of course it is. Sure. Not obvious, huh? Truth is, I don't come here that often.
Fucking hell.
No, it's hard to get away. I just want... Nope, never mind.
I'm willing to listen if you need to talk.
I appreciate that. Maybe some other time.
Oh man, I'd love to make him
Here's the
sing. He
thing.
sounds beautiful.
I'm looking for Persephone, but I can't find her anywhere.
Well, I know where she is, but I question whether she'd be happy to see you. I like you, but Mother told me what happened at the chorus. I don't want to cause trouble with Persephone.
Would it be a problem?
She's that scary, huh?
It's not that I'm scared of her. Well, maybe a little. You
That's
haven't been
okay.
around long, but once you have, you'll learn that idle grudges are forever.
I don't know Persephone well, but considering what I do know, I don't blame you.
I know it's lousy, and I'm sorry. I hope I can make it up to you someday.
I'll see you around.
Count on it.
Jeez, that's great. Learn more about Hermes. See what they're up to.
Whoa, you're here. I mean, you gotta be somewhere, but you're here.
Hello, Hermes.
Watching a sausage dog do a strange
Sorry about
stretch.
running off on you back at the thing. Didn't really have a choice, but sorry anyway.
What's your story?
You're not much like the other idols, are you?
No? I haven't been an idol very long. Maybe
Oh.
like a year.
Huh,
I
a
lost
newbie.
track. So I'm not the one to ask about the idol stuff. It's all cool, but mostly I do whatever Athena asks. Athena says one day I'll sit on the chorus. That'll be sick. Can you imagine me in charge?
Alright, they're hilarious. I love them.
Wouldn't Athena still be in charge?
Yeah, you're probably right.
That doesn't bother you?
Why would it? Athena's the nicest of the bunch. She makes the best cookies.
She's a killer. Don't trust her.
When Calliope died, you were right there, within moments. How did you know?
I told you. I got word, so I came.
But how did you get word?
Look, when an idol dies, I have to be there. So I just know. It's a Hermes thing.
Yeah.
To take the body, clean up the blood, that sort of thing?
Oh, that too, yeah. But that's on Athena's orders.
To keep the idol secret?
Sure. Can you imagine the questions? I don't know how we hide so well as it is.
Yeah, how did this happen?
You've only been an idol for a year? How did that happen?
Probably same way it did with you.
Oh, the old Hermes died in your arms and then they accused you of his murder?
No. Well, yes. I mean, no, not like that. But yeah. I was there when he died. We were friends and I was having trouble at home and he helped me out. I miss him.
Can I ask how he died?
He didn't want to be here anymore.
You mean...
I'd rather not talk about it. I'm him now. It's all good.
Fair enough.
This is probably a stupid question, but... Do you know who might have killed Calliope?
Ugh, why would I know anything about that?
When you came to...
You just know things.
To the apartment, it seemed like you knew her.
The messenger.
Oh no, I only met her once. She didn't live with the rest of the idols or hang out with us very much.
Jason?
She seemed nice though. Angry, maybe. But I don't know who'd want to hurt her.
It sounds as if she didn't much
Yeah.
like the idols.
It was more like how you can't stand your family sometimes, even if you still love them.
Probably only gets worse with time, huh?
Do you know if Persephone is here? I need to talk to her.
Especially if you don't die.
Oh, you're serious. Why would you want to talk to Persephone? Nobody ever wants that. One time, I laughed too loud near her, and she threatened to ban me from the club. I don't want to be banned. I like it here.
Pull
Is
yourself
Persephone
together.
really that bad? Why do the idols put up with her?
We're like family, and Persephone is that really mean aunt that nobody wants to invite. Don't tell her I said that. She keeps a list. It's a thing.
Fucking hell.
Okay, forget I asked.
Whew! Man, just the thought of talking to Persephone gives me goosebumps. Blech.
We'll see you around?
If you die, then for sure. But, don't die.
Alright, it's break time, everybody. Enjoy the background club music. I'll be back in 15 with a drink. Hello. Spent a bit of time thinking what sort of cocktail I'd make. Got ouzo. When it comes to Greek drinks, I feel like it's ouzo and wine. And I don't like wine. You make sangria, that's Spanish. Come on, dude. So... Scotch! I don't know. I was a little bit tired. Not super tired. I'm just like... Didn't have a lot of energy to make a cocktail, so we're drinking scotch again, drinking lots of water. And we're gonna keep playing. Let's go. Let's go talk to Pan. On your mind, buddy. See if we can get another song.
As I live and breathe, if it isn't our dear Muse.
Hi, Pam.
Tell me, have you decided to leave your troubles behind and join us in the land of shadows and revelry?
Don't fall for that.
I should thank you for the address. It's what led me here.
Thank you in a way that doesn't imply
no
debt.
need to thank me. You'll owe me. Remember, how you managed to stir the sun god from his oh so tiresome gloom, I cannot imagine.
Lighthouse metaphors.
Nicely done.
I like him. It took some convincing,
not a
but
spicy
at least he's
pickle
helping
beer.
me without asking anything in return.
True.
Work from home, so I didn't go in to get anything weird. I'll do that Wednesday.
Do you know
Probably.
something I don't?
Yes. I'm sorry, was that in question?
I'm guessing it's a total coincidence that I'm running into you here.
It must be. The alternative would be that I knew a great many things ahead of time.
Well, did you?
Do I look like an oracle? I am here to listen to thrilling music and meet delicious people. My tastes are simple.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of simple tastes, my glass is empty again. The service here is appalling.
I assume you're a regular at this club?
And why would you assume that, dear Grace?
Does he have horns, dude?
The horns, you.
All right.
Do you know Persephone well?
There is no knowing Persephone well. She won't have it. Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Long ago, we were all very different. Over the span of ages, however, even mountains erode.
The things you say, the things you don't say. You don't make yourself seem
What am I hearing?
trustworthy. You know that?
Trust is for the weak and the penniless.
Still not helping.
Why, Grace, are you assuming that I, Pan, am some sort of
Yes.
scoundrel?
Yeah, dude.
Hoping, maybe.
You don't say.
Don't
At
say.
least you're not boring.
Grace.
Grace.
I knew
there was a reason I liked you. So good.
You must know why I'm here, right?
Need a director.
Let me guess.
But give me something
You
other than
seek our
accents. Give me a
sweet-natured
script to read.
proprietress.
Let me
me
practice
find
voice
her?
acting. Baby, let me enjoy one of my hobbies.
Earlier I wasn't good
Fucking
enough, but
God.
now, I see how it is. By all means, I'd love to tell Persephone that the source of her rage has intruded on her domain.
What if I ask nicely?
What if I asked you really nicely and batted my eyelashes, like so?
Oh no, not my one true weakness.
I could also flatter you, tell you how shiny your horns are.
Oh my god.
All right, all
Laura
right.
Bailey is doing great
Never
work
let
there.
it be
This is
said
actually
that flattery gets one
reminding
nowhere.
me of
Let me
my
know when
friend
you're
Silk
ready,
Prisons.
and I'll take you to Persephone.
Could use his screen name.
I really appreciate it.
Do keep that in mind after you've spoken to her.
Everyone first.
I thought this would be easier, but it's as if Persephone left instructions to thwart me.
Probably
Every
did.
staff member I approach screams and runs off. I hope your search has been more successful.
You don't come here often, I'm guessing?
Never. I'm sure Persephone only sent the membership as a formality. I doubt she thought I'd ever use it.
Don't you ever have fun? No drinking or dancing in Apollo Land?
Once. When I had the Muses to keep.
Oh, sad boy. Sad boy.
I'm a Muse now. I can keep you company.
Nothing would make me happier.
I think the game's gonna make me choose.
But you do have a predicament to solve
happens?
first.
Apparently it happens in Baldur's Gate as well. Some characters are up for poly and some aren't. That's smart. The prize is always like all or nothing in many other games. Can't wait to start Baldur's Gate 3. It's on my list, but it's played with Emma time. And like, I'm gonna raise the point with her. In fact, remind me, end of stream. Ask Emma, Baldur's Gate 3. Solo? With her? Stream? All three? What makes our time feel like actual our time? Playing Celeste together is amazing. And I want that again.
It might help if I knew more about Persephone.
It couldn't hurt. What would you like to know, exactly?
What's Persephone's story? Her name rings a bell, but I don't...
No doubt you've heard the tale of how Hades, lord of the underworld, kidnapped a young sweet goddess and made her his wife.
That sweet young goddess was Persephone.
Mm-hmm. Her mother, Demeter, was so enraged she blanketed the world in ice, rendering it barren and infertile. Zeus was forced to act. He decreed that Persephone would be shared between Demeter and Hades, and thus the matter was resolved. Well, you asked. That's her story, as the mortals tell it.
So tell me, how much of Persephone's legend is true?
Well, let's see. Hades did kidnap Persephone. That certainly did happen. The idols almost went to war over it until Zeus intervened and ordered Hades and Persephone to wed. That quieted things. At least until Persephone killed Hades.
Yes, Queen!
Sounds like Hades had it coming.
I'd like to say we handled it well. That Zeus and the idols were mindful of what Persephone had been through, but that would be a lie. Persephone was punished for the murder. The underworld taken from her. And we all stood by and let it happen. She has never
that's
forgiven us.
dark.
And honestly, I can't blame her.
If I were her, I'd be mad at you all too.
Then you understand why things are difficult between us.
Wait, Persephone killed another idol.
Oh, long time ago, yeah.
What about all of Athena's rules? Wouldn't Persephone have been, I don't know,
Executed? The murder of Hades is probably why we now have that rule. Back then, we heard Persephone had usurped Hades' throne, but we couldn't believe it. It just wasn't done. Now, of course, I look back and think we should have seen it coming. Oh, the benefit of hindsight.
That is
why
good world
didn't
building.
you see it coming? You're
There's
the
a
god
rule.
of prophecy.
They've explained
When I
why there's a rule.
I learned long ago not to.
I thought she was just mad at me, but everyone seems afraid of Persephone.
Noticed that, did you? Persephone's angry with everyone, and has been for a very long time. I've told you why. But it's more than that. She does not let go of a grudge. 1,000 years could pass, and Persephone will remember what you did like it was yesterday.
So what happened to Persephone after...
The murder? She survived, like the rest of us. She got older, and when we came to the New World, I think she would have left us if it was allowed.
What do you mean allowed?
It isn't. So instead, she did as she pleased. She started a cult, became a crime boss.
Oh, what?
It was after her last transition, but honestly, I have no insight into anything Persephone does these days.
I found someone who will bring me to Persephone.
Finally! I'll be right behind you.
I'm really
You're coming with me?
curious.
But I thought...
She seems even angrier with you than she is with me. I might be able to mediate.
We'll see, I guess.
Really curious as to, like, how does transition work? How much of you is who you were before? I don't know. We'll find out, probably. Or it'll be a question that influences most of the game, and that'll be exciting. Yeah, she doesn't look super pleased.
If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I who...
I will deal with you later. I was willing to leave you be, Grace.
Yeah.
To wait until your guilt was certain. And yet here you are, in my domain.
And Loxy, how long does that
uninvited.
take
Why?
to change? You know?
Are you here to beg for mercy? Are you here to challenge me? Should I be afraid?
I'm not trying to start a fight. Far from it. I came here hoping you could help me.
Help you? Perhaps you could help me instead. I'd like to understand a few things. Do you really expect us to believe that
good,
Calliope
right? What do you
chose
think?
you? What's the real story? Did you stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate? Are you an accident? Did you learn what she was? Did you torture her, hold her at the point of death until she agreed to hand over her Eidolon?
Persephone, this isn't...
You have every reason to try to prove your innocence, Grace. But I have no reason to help you.
You knew Calliope.
We all knew Calliope.
Calliope wasn't dying
She was
when she
staying at
initially
your
met
apartment.
Grace.
You knew her. Better than I or anyone else suspected.
Are you implying that I had something to do with her death?
Prove
No,
you
we're
didn't.
fact-finding.
That's how idols work, isn't it?
Oh, throw that back in her face. Very good. Oh, yeah. Ready for another song? I fucking am. Let's go.
You hear that? You're in my house, little Muse.
Oh.
You want answers? Fight for them.
I'm excited.
A lost little girl. You shouldn't have come here. And I sure ain't in the mood to make new friends. Go home, little girl.
I wish Shayla were here.
The shadows drawing near. And you all alone. We both know how this ends. Let's see how far she bends. We all know how this ends.
Hope everyone's having a great night. I guess I'm this evening's sacrifice. But I'll see what I can do. You deserve a good show. Big hand for your usual MC. She's planned a brutal takedown just for me. Hopefully I'll last a couple rounds. You deserve a good show. I won't let you down.
My, we caught a butterfly, such a delicate thing. What a find, I hope she doesn't mind when we pull
Turning
off
up
her
my
wings.
headphones?
Maybe you don't know who I am. Maybe you don't know who I am.
Why would I come here to start a brawl? I'm just running out of time is all. If it's true that I'm just lost and small, why are you keeping your guard up?
Oh man, you stole that from Pan. What a real renegade. No you, no point of view. Kid, people have paid. We have seen a whole lot of things. I know what a song secondhand. Maybe you don't know who I
Then I guess you've heard it all before. Gave it my best and then you slammed the door. raises the question, who else you'd ignore? Stay in the dark and fight your endless war.
She just won't die.
Certain you can't be surprised anymore.
Come on, kid, scram.
You know, there's someone else that I speak for.
Still don't know why.
Oh.
Do you hear that?
Calliope.
She had something to say. Would you turn her away?
Please don't do this.
You're lost, Persephone. You've buried yourself on stage in the blinding lights. You're hiding here. You ate a bad seed. That's not only rotten too long, blossomed all wrong.
Change shape. In time, you'll see we all rot away into who we will be. Your youth wasn't stolen like it was from me.
Let me help you.
Don't touch me. I don't need help from any of you. I was alone when you know who kidnapped and crushed all my dreams till the Muse. I just want Calliope back.
Don't want to give up yet. This doesn't seem to fit.
Your Majesty, do you understand who I am? Who I am?
Oh, sorry, Willow. That's terrible timing.
Who I am.
That doesn't seem to fit. Did we win? I don't know.
No. No, you've earned your answers.
All right. That raises an even better question. Is it possible to lose?
Calliope came to me years ago. She'd grown tired of arguing with the idols, tired of being branded a troublemaker. She couldn't watch the idols wither away without a fight. I knew how she felt. So I gave her the apartment.
That's it? No fights, no conflict
but-
of any kind?
Why would there be?
Because you're you, Persephone.
And we have several options to like let her win
Not
or say we've been beaten.
Calliope and I haven't spoken for at least 2 years. After I heard the news, I went to the apartment and turned it upside down. I had to know the truth.
That was you.
I didn't find
But I'm
anything.
also curious as to
Nothing
like,
to say what she had been
are
involved
there
with or,
fail
or gotten
states?
into, or who she might have been fighting with.
I don't know if fail states are mandatory for a game experience. I don't think they are. But it can make your choices feel less important. And I don't know. We'll see.
So what now? Do you still think I'm guilty?
The jury's still out on whether Calliope chose you, but do I think you killed her? No.
If it wasn't Grace, that means someone else was behind Calliope's death. Someone who could keep their involvement hidden.
One of us.
Does it have to be an idol? You thought I killed Calliope. Couldn't it have been some other mortal?
Despite how we might look, it's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
Right.
It was difficult enough to believe you had done it. If another mortal killed her, they somehow escaped detection. We found nothing, no evidence of a battle.
You looked?
Of course we looked. What do you think was happening while you waited? If
how
Calliope
much
was attacked
of my
elsewhere.
choices are influencing
Even magic
what?
revealed no
No?
trace of it.
Just the method in which Grace inevitably wins, the amount of successes Grace has that she wins. Even then, if I had certainty, it was like, oh, you're just determining which lover you take. Even though you're inevitably going to win, I'm curious about it, and I'm potentially a little anxious that it isn't as open and free as one might hope. This is because, like, so far we haven't seen move someone around in a 3-dimensional world. We haven't seen a quest log, like anything that usually points towards RPG. We the tagline is the role-playing musical. Like, we're doing that, but the three roles is in 3 tracks that can intersect, or are we really deciding how much of Grace is? Yeah, let's find out, right?
Wait. Did you say magic?
Oh yeah, magic, baby.
You can battle me through a song in a world of your own creation, and yet magic is beyond
Peanut butter
belief.
bite.
Well, sure. I just thought...
We have our powers just as you have yours.
I can grow a field of corn like nobody's
Yeah.
business.
Some would say our powers are also magic, but true magic is a different and older power.
Yeah.
Hecate's domain.
Don't mess with Hecate.
And it was of no use here.
We shouldn't rule it out. We haven't tried everything.
I just haven't seen Hecate yet.
Couldn't we go to Athena with this? If you've changed your minds and you're both part of the chorus.
Athena would be sympathetic, but the die has been cast.
She won't go back on the edict, not without clear evidence.
That's kind of
Oh,
the thing.
now
This
you
thing.
want
She's
evidence.
also
She acted on the information
responsible for
she
lore, I think, too.
If we want to sway her, we need something better.
Did Calliope have any enemies? The way you talk about her, she must have.
I mean, we don't know anything about her, but why? Why would she have enemies at
What?
this stage?
What am I missing?
Calliope had a way of making people angry. She could be...
I'm now warm again.
Argumentative.
Yes, but enough to make enemies who wanted her dead?
Not that you or I know of, apparently, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist.
What about Athena? She seemed awfully insistent on declaring me guilty, don't you think?
Athena? No, Athena follows the rules.
Well...
Athena has one goal, and one goal only. To protect the idols. And that included Calliope. She'll eventually drive us all mad with her vigilance, but break her own rules? I don't see it.
What about Pan? He showed up at my place out of nowhere, right after I left the chorus.
We're just
He did
listing
what?
every idol we
I
know.
have to wonder what his angle is.
He has one, that's for certain. Though I've never thought of him as a killer. It would be too... messy.
Still, we should consider the idea. For him to show up so quickly is... odd.
For all I know, either one of you could have done it and you're just playing along.
I don't think so.
Apollo is capable of many things, but lying? He was never any good at it.
That makes sense.
Whereas we know how capable you are of murder.
Okay, this
The
isn't...
one and only god I killed deserved it.
Yeah, maybe don't throw that in
Right,
my face, buddy.
right. Sorry I brought it up. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know the idols. Don't you have any ideas?
I told you I wouldn't be of much help, Grace.
Did you now? That's unsurprising. When are you ever of help to anyone but yourself?
Says the
Shit.
woman who forced Grace to challenge her rather than answer a simple question.
Calliope died, Apollo. Calliope, who came with us all the way from the old world.
You think I don't know that? Are you forgetting what the Muses meant to me?
Please, both of you. None of this will help Calliope. I know you both miss her. I know you cared about her, but she's not completely gone. A piece of her is in me. She came to me for help, and I don't want to die any more than she did.
We get another one? Yes.
I'm listening now. Tell us what and you would do to.
Calliope, blind What match did you strike that consumed you?
How could you blame her? What could she have done to earn such a fate? You're blinded.
God of the sun hides from his own eyes. What would you know about fate?
You say that you knew her, she was family to us, yet you don't hesitate to accuse her. Oh, queen without a throne, go bitter with fury. Not everyone seeks to betray you.
Stop this.
Please remember what we are here to do.
We must avenge a muse.
Apollo, your help is not needed here. Go ahead and abandon another muse.
How could you throw that gauntlet at me? Could your heart shrivel any further?
You abandoned me to a terrible fate.
You replay your injuries till it's too late.
You know how far I've been before I snapped.
This is not about you. Enough! This helps no one.
There he is, God of the Sun.
Aren't you a queen with all that that means? Stop looking for a fight. These old wounds, they confine you. You're more than your pain.
She abandoned us.
Follow him or stay.
Oh, she. Fuck. Oh, sorry, Persephone. There it is. There it fucking is. There are the choices, baby. That changes the game, right?
Persephone will never let this go.
I was waiting for it, and here it is.
You kind of went dark and stormy back there. It was
Yes,
impressive.
yes, 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 yes.
I
fucking yes.
honestly thought I had
Yes.
left that behind me.
Left what? Signs of life? The world won't wither if you raise your voice, Apollo.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I just wish old habits didn't return so easily around her.
Family thing, huh?
That's why I've tried to avoid my fellow idols for so long. I don't like who I am when I'm with them.
You'd think being thousands of years old would make idols more mature. And yet...
Oh, I've forgotten 10 lifetimes by now. Perhaps my maturity was in one of those. At least coming here was useful. You have a better idea of where to start looking, right?
I thought you'd decide that getting me into the underworld was enough.
What? Bring you to Persephone and then shrug? Not my problem now?
From what everyone says about you, isn't that your thing?
Ouch.
Sorry, I guess I don't know you well enough to say that.
That's fine. You're not wrong, Grace. But I'm trying.
Oh.
I have to ask, is Athena really not an option? She wouldn't see what you see? At all?
Oh,
I respect Athena. She has dragged us
Oh
into the
my
modern age,
God.
kicking and screaming. She's why we're alive. But if I said that her need to keep us safe didn't drive her to extremes, I'd be lying. You represent a risk, Grace. To her, that is more important than any notion of compassion or justice.
I'm not that much of a risk, am I? I won't explode. What's the worst that could happen?
The worst is that we could be admitting either a murderer or a usurper into our ranks.
How awful.
She's protecting an idea as much as a physical reality. It's true. To her, there is no difference.
Where do we look then?
I need to give it some thought. This won't be easy. If another idol is behind this, they know as well. They had a plan.
So you don't know where to look next.
Liza's not someone who's
I need
new
time to
either.
sort it out. Just be patient, Grace.
Is there anything I can do in the meantime? Someplace I can
I
look?
think Grace can be
Don't
patient.
you
She doesn't
want
have
to
time.
relax? You haven't rested since this began.
Relax? Who can relax?
Yeah,
I've been
that.
sentenced to death, Apollo.
That.
Fair point. Even so, go home, Grace. The next time you see me, I'll have a better notion of what to do.
Fine. But I'm holding you to that.
Act 2. Man, we got to Act 2 already. That's so good. I do want to check in on Freddy. Well,
Hey, Freddy. Have you been waiting up this whole time?
Yeah? A goat man sends you off into the night. Your life is on the line. And I'm gonna, what, sleep? What if you were taken prisoner, kept in a cave by a cyclops, or I don't know, turned into a tree? I was worried sick.
You were worried about me? Aw.
Well, you're my best friend in the whole world, Grace. Plus, you know, what would the band do?
Right, the band. Where are Kaz and Brian anyway?
Making
I
out.
told them you were fine, which isn't a lie, because technically you are. Now tell me everything that happened. Huh. Persephone runs a club called the Underworld. That's a little on the nose.
I wouldn't suggest saying that to her face.
And you ended up siding with Apollo? Lord of the Sun, god of prophecy?
It's not an easy choice.
Do you trust him?
I'm not sure. I think so. It doesn't seem like he's lying, but he's hard to read.
Famous last words.
They're sad.
Tell me about it.
But I'm
So,
not.
what are your options? You need to go back to Apollo's place, right?
I could go back to the underworld. Make sure Persephone isn't taking my decision personally.
Ooh.
Oh, and, there's this. Pan left a card, says, "Come by Olympus." I doubt he means the mountain in Greece.
Huh. I just spoke to him at the underworld. If he wanted something, why didn't he just talk to me there?
I mean,
Because
couldn't
he's
say
creepy
that.
and wants to get you alone.
Still not a fan?
You know how some people just set your teeth on edge? That's Pan. I can't help it. But it doesn't matter.
Know the feeling.
I help, and that's what I'll do. You can count on me, Grace.
Thanks, Freddy.
You think Freddy killed
Muse?
Ophelia?
The embodiment of inspiration. Can you believe it?
Yeah, kinda.
Ophelia? What? No. Whoa. I should talk to Apollo and see what Pan wants. Talk to Persephone is right there. No, my bad. And of course, Freddy was waiting up when I got back from the underworld. She apologized for how things went down with Pan during the song, but honestly, I get it now. My power draws the good and bad out of people. I don't always get to choose which it'll be. At any rate, it's good that I have Freddy at my side during all of this. Apparently, after years of arguing with the idols and making everyone angry, Calliope finally left Olympus. And that's when she became friends with Persephone, who gave her the apartment. However, Persephone says that they haven't spoken in 2 years, and she doesn't know what Calliope's been doing lately, either. And into none other than Hermes at the Underworld. I'm pretty sure they didn't follow me there, they were just vibing. You know, for an idol, they don't seem that bad. They answered one question, at least, about how they showed up at the apartment so quickly. Apparently, when an idol dies, Hermes has to be there. Whoever Hermes is at the time, I guess. Kind of close-mouthed about it, but they just knew. Strange story, but what else is new? Would you believe that Hermes has only been an idol for a year or so? They talk a lot about the old Hermes, so I guess they must have gone through something like me. They were there when the old Hermes died, and his idol passed on to them. How often does that happen, I wonder? Wow, seeing Apollo and Persephone biting each other's head off, really eye-opening. Do all the idols hold grudges against each other like this? If so, no wonder one of them got murdered. We got what we went for at Underworld, but Apollo and Persephone just couldn't stand working together for more than 5 minutes. Finally, he had enough, and so did I. Thankfully, Apollo was still willing to help me out, so much for "I'll just make everything worse, Grace." But he says he'll need to give our next step some thought. If there's an idol behind it all, they're a tricky one, which, you know, fantastic, exactly what I needed. Persephone laughed at me when I asked if Athena might be a suspect, like the suggestion was ridiculous. Athena's entire existence is based on protecting the idols, and apparently she'd never break her own rules. She sounds so fun. Yes, Cleric, you type that up, I'll keep reading. Apollo gave me the lowdown on Persephone. Apparently the whole story about how she was kidnapped by Hades, Lord of the Underworld, is more or less true. He made Persephone his bride against her will, and the other idols did squat to stop it. What the stories didn't mention is how she later killed Hades and took his throne, only to have that throne taken away by the other idols as punishment for the murder. Persephone's pretty pissed about it, and honestly, who wouldn't be? Apollo couldn't get the old Calliope to agree to stop fighting, and then killed her. Jeez. I'm not making fun of your typing skill. Things broke down between Apollo and Persephone very quickly. Persephone just couldn't resist taking pot shots, and Apollo couldn't help but respond. Pretty sad to watch. Eventually Apollo lost his cool completely and stormed out, and I went with him. At least we got what we came for. Into Pan again at the Underworld. By coincidence, he says, hanging around in the very place his tip eventually led me to. Granted, the Underworld is his kind of place, but what are the odds? Pan agreed to help me find Persephone, who either didn't know I was at the club or was avoiding me. The place is huge. And this time, he didn't even ask for anything in return. Just had to bat my eyelashes at him and say pretty please. Neither Apollo nor Persephone seemed to consider Pan much of a suspect. He's not a murderer, according to them, even though his sudden involvement is really suspicious. Eros. I met Eros, the god of sex, just hanging around in the underworld, looking like a Turkish wrestler taking a quick break from his BDSM dungeon. He was nice enough, kind of wrapped up in his own problems. He just hardly seemed a killer type, but what do I know? Hey, buddy. I want to talk to Persephone. It's probably a bad idea. Let's do it anyway.
As I recall, Grace, when I said stay or leave, you chose to leave. If it wasn't clear, I don't give second chances. Or did you have some other reason for darkening my doorstep?
Couldn't be here for the cool music and a drink? I definitely need one.
Yeah, but
Am I supposed to believe you're here to blow off steam?
Why not? Don't you ever?
No. Oh, shit, it worked.
Here I thought I could drink. Lady, you have my respect and admiration.
You'll have an idol's fortitude in time. Now, however, I need to call our little evening to an end.
Or we could continue.
Oh, so soon? I was just thinking how much I like the music here.
Oh, is that so? Well, the dance floor is that way.
Care to join me?
Oh, my dancing days are over, Grace. Do enjoy yourself. Drinks are on the house. But one last word of advice before you go. If you want to survive, don't look to anyone else for help. Not Apollo, not Pan, not even me.
Sounds lonely.
You walked away from my offer, and I respect that. Make your choices and live with them.
Oh, that feels bad. Apollo. I don't want to talk to Pan. Because I did intend to go there to try and smooth things over, like, pull out a choice I made.
Ah, Grace, you're
She
back.
saw through it.
That's good. I was just about to call you.
He means he wants me to call you, because Paul here still hasn't figured out how to use a phone.
That's not true. I know how, I just don't like them. They're confusing. Anyhow, I've been contemplating our list of suspects, and...
Okay, Dad.
I think Pan is someone we need to consider.
Wait. You don't like phones?
I just don't like talking to people I can't see.
Oh, okay.
No, it's the ringtones. They scare the crap out of him. I kid you not.
I'm not frightened. Only a child would be frightened. They're just very loud.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Can we
He's
return to
the
the subject
best.
of Pan, please?
Right?
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
Persephone did.
Yeah, I bet you like
But
that, Loxy.
I've had time to think it over. Pan is a schemer, a traitor in favors. He always has been. His sudden appearance in all this cannot be coincidental.
You think he could have killed Calliope after all?
Perhaps. Or he knows who did and is trying to turn it to his benefit. He always knows more than he pretends.
You should know. Pan asked me to meet him at Olympus. I'm not sure why.
Wait, he wants to see you again?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I bet.
Why? Is he that bad? Should I not go?
No.
Are you
Perhaps it's
suspicious?
best that you do, even if it's just to find out what he wants and why. Aphrodite is holding a party of sorts, one you should attend. She is closest to Pan. Indeed, she knows almost all the idols. If anyone is up to something, she's bound to know.
I still have that invitation from Pan. Maybe it'd be easier if I just went to see him.
Just question him.
You could, but would you believe anything he had to say?
I might be able to coax some truth out of him. I can be persuasive.
Well, whatever you do, be careful. I still think Aphrodite is our best bet.
I do also want to hang out with Aphrodite.
What do you mean by a party of sorts? I mean, I'm always down for a party, but...
It's
Sex,
more of a
party,
remembrance than
sex,
a party. Really.
party, sex, oh.
Difficult to describe.
Oh.
That's awfully vague, Apollo.
It'll be easier to see for yourself. It's nothing you can't handle.
This is definitely an orgy.
Okay,
Wait,
I'll go.
Shit. Didn't click the other one.
Eventually.
Perfect. I will see you there.
Paul, you should see this. The names you wanted me to look up are getting weird results.
How weird.
I don't doubt it. I was hoping you could...
Get over here!
No worries, Paul. I'll see you later.
Advice. Hey, don't trust Apollo implicitly. Okay, I'm gonna do what he says though. Oh.
Fancy party?
This isn't an orgy.
Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the
Man.
occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace, you made it. I'm so glad. I was beginning to wonder.
You didn't say this was a fancy party. I feel a little underdressed.
He's dressed the
Grace,
same.
look at me.
Oh.
I didn't even button up my shirt. It's fine.
We're full
Why
of the
is everyone so
Sunder
quiet?
again.
I think someone.
Oh, thanks, Games. From
I,
thanks, Wildwood. I'd love to
I
get
should have
weird.
told you about this earlier. I've been putting it off.
You're cute when you worry.
You're cute when you're all angsty. You get this little crinkle on your forehead.
You might not think I'm so cute after I explain. You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away.
Yes.
For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil.
Remember the questions I had earlier?
In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
Why are we waiting for that to solve her own murder?
Seems like the sort of thing you should tell a new idol.
New idols are usually chosen. You would know about this already, except...
Ooh.
Except
Alright,
Calliope
curious
was murdered.
Wildwood. There it
Remember
goes.
how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
Realization, depersonalization, that's curious.
You're saying I won't be me.
Worrying.
I won't be Grace.
Lack of individuality.
Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war.
Oh, right.
Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
Ah, okay.
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes. And pass her soul on to a chosen
This
successor.
is a death day party.
In front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace. To make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye. At least for a while.
Dark.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think. Perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much.
Oh!
We gather
Cool.
to pay our respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
Because I was like, dark, but I don't hate it.
Wait. Calliope refused to come to these parties. That's what you said.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war. And eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What did she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Mingling?
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
How does this make you feel, Eros?
Grace!
Hey, Eros. Nice to... Oh.
Just to ask before you
Okay.
hug people, buddy.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much you have no idea.
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
Hey, I understand. This can't be easy.
And he's the one who is suffering. I shouldn't be complaining. I just hate this. I'm there every day, going through it all with her. The nightmares, the panic attacks, the weeks when she just won't get out of bed. I'm there when she forgets the war's over, and I hold her until the screaming stops. Me. I do that.
Yeah, Steve is on the trauma, on the trigger warning list.
And now
Content
I'm arranging
warning.
her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't usually talk about it, but I know you don't mean any harm. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see. So he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy. And he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise.
Jesus fuck.
Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Don't want more detail. In this playthrough, I'm afraid you may need to look it up yourself or buy a copy and figure it out. I'm gonna move on from here.
What is my part in all of this? I'll help if I can.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to... well, to remember. To celebrate our history. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that
good
deep
point.
down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece. Only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
You look like you're in physical pain just being here.
Oh, enjoying my discomfort, are you?
Of course, it humanizes you. Makes up for all the abs on display.
Well, so glad you approve.
I should get back out there.
Jeez, okay, well. Let us go. Have to get another song out. Feel some emotions, uncomfortable ones. Sit with them. Enjoy.
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends.
Yeah.
And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are.
Fuck.
Yet here she is. Huh.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly. To have come so far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new Muse?
Oh! What manners I have. Grace, Grace. Meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus. And yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Hi. So, you're okay with this? You know what's gonna happen?
Of course. We've been working together, preparing for, 6 months now? Has it only been that long?
Must be nice to be prepared.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. Lady Aphrodite told me. I should have thought about that.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Aphrodite, like, caught on to that. Specifically.
I just want to say...
Yes,
I'm really
there are
sorry
problems involved, maybe fate.
that this happened to you, that you need to do this.
Getting lots of hugs tonight, baby.
And yet already possessed of such earnest purpose.
Hell of a
Weren't you
coincidence.
opposed to this, Grace?
Apollo! Oh, you've come after all.
You look remarkably well, cousin.
I've had a great deal of time to prepare.
Oh,
I
no.
assure you that would not be the
Opposed
case.
to it.
As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
I don't know. You like parties? Seems like a great excuse for one.
Oh, clever enough.
Oh, I do like parties. The orgies of Rome were...
How wrong I was.
They were exquisite. A sea of flesh and sweat and delights for every sense. Or perhaps it was a pleasant dream I once had. I can no longer tell. Tonight isn't about frivolity. Oh no. It's about honoring the memory of what once was while I yet retain it.
Oh.
Go! Enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Curious. I love dark. I love fucked up. I really do. I think it's fascinating. I think they need to be really appropriately
I'm gonna
signposted and
apologize
trigger
to you,
warned,
Grace.
right?
I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot.
And with like
Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but
sensitivity readers.
I don't know.
That was quick.
Don't worry about it. My foot has been lodged firmly in my mouth since this began.
It's a relief to know I won't be the only one. If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
Not really. I still felt like me, if that's what you're asking.
You didn't remember anything?
That's...
About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols. Maybe
Well, you're
that's
not
why
like-
Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place.
Hey, there you go.
She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
Or I mean, you're not actually from Willendorf, right?
You said earlier you're okay with all this, but how can you be?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming.
Knew her
She didn't know
before.
where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that?
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by
Fascinating.
then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
This feels predatory, doesn't it? Right? How fucked up is it?
I have to ask, how does one choose, well, the next you? How did that conversation with Aphrodite even come
How are we
up?
supposed to feel about her?
I didn't know what she really was. Not for a long time. I just figured she was this lonely rich lady. I loved her stories, though. Ooh, I could listen to her for hours, and she never asked for anything from me, not once. Then, one day, she brought it up, like it was nothing, like a job offer.
Did you believe her?
Hell no, not at first. Then she brought me to Olympus, and, well, hard not to then.
What made you agree? You're giving up so much. It can't just be about helping. Nobody's that nice.
I'm not giving up as much as you think. I'm just a painter.
A painter?
Did you think working at the shelter was my entire life? Painting doesn't pay all the bills. Once I'm Aphrodite, I want to keep painting. I'll have all those memories to draw on. The beautiful ones and the terrible ones. Maybe it'll even help her.
So she's aware, right?
Me. Process them, finally.
And if Aphrodite changes her mind?
I don't think she will. But if she does, I won't.
You probably need to get ready. I shouldn't keep you.
No. This is Lady Aphrodite's big night, not mine.
It'll be yours later, won't it?
Yeah. I guess it will.
What does that mean? I'm thinking it's like... Okay, if Venus can't do art therapy to process it, right? Then Aphrodite's current state has won. So Aphrodite didn't change her mind about how bad the trauma is. How bad. Not really a good way to phrase it.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here, to this strange
You think Pan
new
would have
world.
taken us here?
This time,
Persephone?
with the help of our lovely Muse, that
Think
we
yes.
shall be guided. We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the
Oh,
sky.
thanks, comrade.
We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong, we were wrong. We had revelry and rebirth, a family all together, till 13 million marching men cut us down forever. But Brother Ares made it happen, joined their war without dispute. The once
Fucking hell.
mighty immortals are just mud under a boot. We let them take our loved ones. It's what they wanted all along.
I don't know history.
We thought they were beneath us. We were wrong. We were wrong. I see you have the power. It's a poisonous reward. My virtues only scorn me when I was once adored. Loved by every mortal, then ripped from paradise. No one suffered greater till he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemies' enemies.
Hephaestus?
Made a secret weapon so my captors.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory. And this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
Yeah, like... I'm with Comrade on this one. We're focusing on her feelings.
What I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's ash? I can't imagine.
There's no excuse, but mortals can tell.
You know.
There's no sweet release, it's ongoing.
You know. You know.
Everyone's here to bid me farewell.
Holy shit, this is...
Can you imagine?
I can imagine.
This really happened. I can't forgive the river's too deep. Its reflection won't lie, so just let me sleep. I can't let go of what could have been.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment. lost in a song, lost in a moment.
Mother, I've stood by your side, now I no longer see the purpose of love when it tears at the center of me.
Oh, I love his vocals.
My arrows are rusty, forget the bow, and I won't be begging you not to go. But when you're away, you leave us a broken home.
Oh, comrade.
And you leave me
Is it because the gameplay is
lost in a moment,
unlimited?
lost in a song.
You like more action, man. I get you.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Lost in a moment. If anyone would know about the mysteries of love, you would know. Only you can decide. Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
You don't watch a lot of musicals, do you, comrade, huh? Yeah, right?
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment.
I'm really glad that's not graphic. That's good.
Are you?
I'm fine. I'm still myself.
Okay.
I thought there'd be something more, that I'd feel her presence, but she's just gone.
She'll be back. But she'll also be you. She'll be different.
I'll try to be ready. I promise.
You'll get through this, both of you. Healing takes time.
Not if you keep resetting the clock.
Grace is right. I'm not Lady Aphrodite. But eventually, she and I will be one. Together, we will get through this.
I hope you're right.
Oh, he's hurting so much.
Before we go, Apollo tells me you were hoping to find some information about Calliope's death. I'm not my mother, but maybe there's something I can tell you. Do you have any suspects yet?
I was,
Baby
thinking
Pan.
maybe Pan.
That's it.
Pan? He's a lot of things, but a murderer.
He showed up at my apartment right after I left Athena's office. He's very suspicious.
He is, I'll give you that. I'll never forgive him for Cupid.
You know, there is a far more obvious suspect.
Yes, Venus?
You're thinking of Medusa, aren't you?
Oh.
Wait, hold the phone. That chick who turns people into stone?
Yeah, that's the one.
Medusa works for Athena as, well, as a watcher.
Interesting, okay.
That's how Lady Aphrodite described it.
Mother always complained there was something wrong about Medusa, that she would be trouble eventually. Athena?
Yeah, Medusa did nothing wrong. I'm with you on that one, comrade.
If you're going to start looking into anyone,
I'm
Grace,
really
start
hoping
with
we
her.
can take that stance.
Come now, Venus. It's been a long night. I'll get you home.
Thank you for everything, Grace. Truly. It was a wonderful song.
Hey.
So, did they have anything helpful?
Did they?
Maybe. What do you know about Medusa?
I know she's dangerous, but she does Athena's bidding.
How sure are you of that?
I'm not sure of anything any longer.
Hephaestus
You
forged
aren't
the
thinking of
atomic
seeking
bomb.
her out, I hope.
I am. Do you know where she is?
Not really, no. Medusa makes it her business to stay out of sight. Athena employs her as a spy master, a hound to do her bidding, a vicious hound at that. Athena's not likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
What Aphrodite went through, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the life of an immortal.
Also, that's not correct.
It
They
never
didn't say
ends.
World War II was really about
Wow.
supernatural conflict.
Way to
They
really
quite
sell it, Apollo.
honestly said that it just rose out of nowhere and Ares followed suit. That's not... From their perspective, of course it is, because they're Greek fucking
They
divinities.
are amazing, you know that?
Close-minded.
Every hurdle,
full of hubris.
every piece of unpleasant news.
Devoted
you
to their
just
own purviews and nothing
keep on
else.
going. I don't know how you
All
do
about them.
Oh, you know, the usual. Beauty, youth, supernatural resolve. I got it all.
it. So it seems. I just wish I could see the world through your eyes. Next to you, I feel very old.
Sure. Just wait, Apollo. Ooh.
Is it really that bad? Being a literal god, young and hunky forever?
No, it's not that. There are good things, yes, but they come with the not-so-good things as well.
Such as?
Such as
Calliope
having
very
the
much
gift of
described it.
prophecy, and never being able to act on what you see. I tried, and it only made things worse. So instead, I tried to not want to try, and that's still not better.
Oh. Sorry, sad boy.
How about you come with me sometime? Let me show you the world I see.
A tempting offer.
Sounds kind
Hmm.
of corny, huh?
It really doesn't. I would love that. Can we go now?
Hey, I'm game if you are.
My hand for a minute.
Oh, we get a love song.
Let your hair down for a second. There's so much to like if you open your eyes. If you try to search for the
Diana, what? Was she
light,
cursed with
you
a
might
tunnel?
be surprised. No, it's not hard to find. The courage you need to be joyful is something you build over time. No matter what I do, the answer's in you. But I will be here for the ride. Yes, I will be here for the ride.
I'll take your hand for a minute, though it's more than I feel I deserve. It could grow on me, this world that you see, yet I've been alive for too long. 1,000 years of learning about what could go wrong. I'm tired of being wrong.
Let's make it uncorny by yelling at him.
Come on, dude, there's gotta be an ounce of hope in you. That's all you
That didn't work.
need to finally see. There's so much here to love, and so many ways to have fun. Courage you need to be joyful.
I appreciate the campaign.
Something I'll come help you find.
If I ever let her know.
No matter what I do, the answer's in
The answer's in me. Courage you need to be joyful.
You think if we pull him out of his shell, he'll start cursing everyone again? Because that's pretty funny.
No matter what I do, the answer's in you. I will be here for the ride. Yes, I will be here for the ride.
years to make, so I'm not sure. You gotta be really into it, right? Friends, it's 10 o'clock. It is time to end. Act 2. Good. Fridays. Of the opinion that, like, you have someone excited about it enough and repeat it. Themes would be put straight up PTSD. Most musical writers are already struggling. Boo, comrade. Not the target audience. I'm not in the mood to be down on it. It's enjoyable. If you want to see how much I enjoyed it, watch the beginning of that episode, this episode again, because, like, this fucking rocked. I am the excited guy who loves things, who shares that love with others. I do. Not someone you come to for criticism, that's for sure. Gentle criticism and things need to be better. I love the concept, I'm loving the actors, I'm loving the vocals. A lot of the time, that one not so much. Maybe we shouldn't have romanced Apollo. In any case, it's been enjoyable. I certainly enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to playing it again next Monday night. Now, my friend, don't get too critiquey, otherwise I'm going to have to put good vibes only on the stream, and no one wants only good vibes. Heck you, yeah, you will, buddy. We'll talk about it further. But next week we got Final Fantasy VIII. In fact, in Final Fantasy VIII, oh, sorry, not next week. Next stream, Wednesday night, we got Final Fantasy VIII. We're probably finishing Final Fantasy VIII, and even though my claims of we're probably finishing game have been not up to scratch, especially when you consider Boyfriend Dungeon, I think we're pretty close, right? Otherwise, let's have a good time. I'll see you Wednesday night. Thank you very much for joining me. Please finish it. You're not enjoying Final Fantasy VIII. There's a sad boy in there too. I love it very much. You're getting the week up. Alright. Well, I've already done the grinding, so we're in a good state too. Alright, everybody. Good night. Thank you very much for joining me for this lovely, enjoyable game. This one? No, not finishing this one. FF8, Luxie. Sending out. He is not. Takes most of the game. Alright, you lot. I will talk to you again very soon on Wednesday night. And I hope you have a very good time and you're very kind to one another. And remember to tell people you love that you love them very much.